C.J. Stroud, the Ohio State quarterback, also had a great throwing performance. He's deferred all of the other testing until his pro day workout. But, Chris, what were your thoughts on C.J. Stroud throwing the football?
I thought C.J. Stroud won the combine throwing the football. That's where, to me, there's nobody I know Richardson improved his stock greatly, but this was the best machine, the most talented thrower of the combine this weekend on Saturday. To me, it wasn't even close, really, from all aspects, too. Not just the look of the player, the way he dropped. He was the best dropping. A lot of these guys don't know how to drop from underneath center because they've been in the shotgun. He was the best in that department. He really never lost control of a football throughout the whole workout. For me, Mike, you see his motion right here. It's very concise and effortless and smooth. There's not a lot of moving parts to it, which allows you to emulate it time after time after time, to therefore you become that machine that we talk about so often. So I was really blown away by C.J. Stroud. I liked what I saw on film, but I feel like I saw a guy that's made himself even a little more polished from the end of the college season. He tweaked his motion just a little bit. And, yeah, it was just easier. And the way the ball popped out of his hands and to the control he had with it, I think C.J. Stroud's the guy to watch out for in this draft. I think he's the guy that's kind of just starting to reach his peak potential, grow into himself. You saw him run in that Georgia game. That became part of his game. It's something that, he should have done more that I think we're going to see more of. So C.J. Stroud won it for me at quarterback, Mike, as far as it comes to that throwing part of the process.
And, when you watch football your whole life, you pick up kind of instinctively those differences.
Right.
And the way that it's, it's not quite Marino, but, man, he's got a very quick
in and
release.
out, right? It's a quick release, right? It is. And you can see, right, even from those, Mike, just in the clips we showed, the ball doesn't wobble. He throws really a pretty perfect spiral, does a lot of things that, really lend to repetitive success throwing the football with his mechanics. I think that's what you're seeing. And that's why you're saying Marino, because it's quick, it's tight. There's not it's not like a golfer who's got body parts moving everywhere. So he's in total control of his body and always in the right position. And between the way he looked, the way he carried himself, and throwing the football, yes. Right now, from what I've seen, C.J. Stroud's kind of been my most favorite quarterback that I've seen at the early stages of this process, even just the little film that I've watched.
And look, we're in an era of football where we love watching Patrick Mahomes run around and throw from every arm angle and every motion and with no fundamentals whatsoever because he's good enough to do it. The basic between the buoys quarterback rule is get rid of the ball quickly with minimal body movement, minimal arm movement. You don't want the defensive backs to know the ball is coming until it's already there.
Right.
When you have those wasted movements, it gives the defensive back a little more time to process what's happening and get to the football. So the faster you get rid of the football, the better chance you have of only your guy catching it. It's that simple. And there are exceptions like Patrick Mahomes. But I think most coaches, look, you still are going to throw from the pocket. Patrick Mahomes doesn't make every throw falling down, landing sideways, out of the pocket. You're going to make throws from within the pocket. And when you're in the pocket, you want that quick out that takes away that extra advantage the defensive back could have. And that's what I see from C.J. Stroud.
Right.
The kind of efficiency and movement that will make coaches confident that they don't have to worry about routes getting jumped.
Yeah, I would agree with that. There's no tells in his delivery. I think that's what you're trying to say there, right? And all the other stuff, he's shown me he's got the ability to do some of that sidearm stuff and change his platform and do all of that. Yeah, but right now, again, if we went back and watched Mahomes in college, it was few and far between when he was doing that, right? So this is, again, now these guys start to become more and more of a machine like you're talking about. They start to go, wait, I kind of got the, steps 1 and 2 down. Let me move to step 3 and 4. Let me get a little sidearm. Let me do it off my back leg and drop it 3/4. So that's where you'll start to experiment now as you're not, again, you're not worried about school. There's no 20-hour rule. It's just football, football, football. Coach me, football. And, yeah, there's some potential here for this kid. I was very impressed. I really was. And, the way he threw the football and carried himself, I thought was the best in the workout by far. Pushing the ball down the field. You see that on film at Ohio State. It's a lot of big-time NFL-level type of throws. And I think he's a guy that's kind of just hitting the peak of what he might be. I'm very excited to dive in on C.J. Stroud. I think there's a lot of potential there.
Hi, it's Mike Florio. Thanks for watching PFT on YouTube. Hit subscribe for the latest news and analysis from Pro Football Talk.